Hello and welcome to Common Sense SEO Show number 12. We're already approaching the end of our first 3 months, so this is a bit of a landmark for us. And so to celebrate, I guess, we're going to be just glancing over what we've covered in the last 3 months. Now, I know strictly 13 weeks would be a 3-month period, but as we're moving into April, everybody's got the spring in the step, and we're looking forward to the summer and everything else. So now is a great time for change with the weather change. Well, it's not, it's actually cooking it down out there. But anyway, here we go. So before we move into spring, we're going to give you a quick recap of where we've been over the last 3 months on this incredible journey. So Henrik, how about some housekeeping, please?
Yeah, let's see if everybody can hear us out there. So give me a 1 if you can hear us, and a 2 if you can see the screen. Seem to be all right, Tony?
Okay, that's good. And I must apologize for the audio on my side today. I had a little accident with my headset on Sunday. And although that probably should have given me time to get a new headset, obviously Amazon were going to deliver it today and I was out all day today. So the new headset will be coming tomorrow, and hopefully the audio will be back on top form by tomorrow. Now, let's take a quick look back at if you can bear with the audio as it is. I'm just using the basic laptop loudspeaker microphone, so I know they're a bit ropey and a bit echoey. Anyway, let's just take a quick look back at over the last 3 months. It may or may not have seemed like it to you, but what we were doing was following a plan, and it was following the journey of a typical SEO practitioner as they're building a website. So we started off with keywords. We did quite a lot on keywords, actually. Then we moved into the hosting, which was just 1 week, and we looked at the best ways of hosting, etc., what sort of things you need to be looking for there. Then we moved on into WordPress itself, looking at on-page SEO. We haven't moved to off-page yet. We've still been looking at on-page SEO, which was around tools like POP and Cora, although we didn't actually get the Cora presentation in. And then we moved on into schema, and mainly entity-related schema. The main thrust of the schema discussion is yet to come. But so there you go. We've had keywords, we've had hosting, we've had building out your WordPress site, and we've had on-page SEO, and we've started to dip into entities and schema and such like. So it does all sort of flow nicely. It does all make sense. So let's just take a quick recap of all of those. And if there's anybody with any questions about these topics that we've covered already, it'd be a great time to bring them up now so that we can address them before we go into spring and get the spring in our step and start really, getting into some serious SEO, the sort of stuff you really need, like the off-page, and delving deeper into schema and so on and so forth. So Henrik, what can we say about keywords?
Well, we looked at a few different tools in terms of keywords. We looked at the Keyword Translation Factory. We looked at the tool which is called PowerSuggest Pro, which is an excellent tool for simply ripping off keyword and have a recursive query on any of the big engines. And I can just make a quick share so people can watch it again. So just a second here. So I'll share my screen, and you should be able to see this little tool called PowerSuggest Pro. And if I'm going after carpet cleaner, and I want to search in the UK, I have the search engine here for the UK, and I can choose if I want Google, YouTube, or Bing. And when I hit search, it will start query, and it will go and find all the occurrences of carpet cleaning. And you can see it's up on 307 keywords. So it goes quite fast. And then you can go and clean the results up. You can actually delete keywords containing 2017, 18, 16, etc. And then you can export it all out in a CSV file. And then you can really drill down into the various keywords. A powerful little tool. Then we showed as well another keyword tool, which is more for manipulation. So if I'm going in here and I'm going to Keyword Translation Factory and log into that one.
And while you're going in there, I think we ought to just remind people that the link that is down there for the Translation Factory, I think that gives a free version, doesn't it?
The Keyword Translation Factory is free when you sign up. There's some features in there which you'll need to have the pro version for. But for instance, the combined keywords, which is an excellent tool, and it assign keywords where you can go in and find additional keywords, which means that it will make a recursive search for keywords there again. But I think the greatest feature is actually this one, where you can see I have taken some words which I've added to a column. I have the major, which is carpet cleaners, and then I put in all the towns that I'm trying to hit here. And over here, you can see it has combined those columns into a result. So you can take that and download that to a text file and use that for further analysis if you like. But for instance, if I wanted to have an additional column called 0800 and something, then you can actually combine those into the set that you already have done here. So it's quite a cool tool. You can have a title or use the keyword for titles in your headings. So if I'm going down to where is that tool? Silo, scrap keywords, wrap keywords, spin tag spin on. This is the one. So you can see here I have some keywords which I copied from the combining tool, and I then made a spin text of that. So that creates all this spin text here, which I then can use when I'm trying to do something, for instance, in the ranking factory or in the DMB Mega Poster, to combine those into titles for my posts, etc. So quite a cool tool as well. And then we also went over an extremely powerful tool, which is the Digital Marketers Toolbox from Network Empire. And what happens there, you normally set up a profile, and here you can see I have set up some profiles. And if I'm going into a profile here, then I can go in, and when I run the drill, I'll see all the keywords that I have in here for instance, the Oceans Lending. And then I can go in and put in a competitor. So if I go up here, put a URL of the competitor and choose the search engine here, made a description that is a competitor. And you can see, for instance, this one down here, Prime Lending.com, is one of the competitors I put in. I can see the PA and the DA immediately. I can see the organic keywords that they're ranking for, 11,326 compared to, for instance, this one 24, to this one Ocean's Landing 13, and this one 108. But the most interesting part of it, if I'm going into one of these competitors, I can go in and I can look at what kind of keyword they're ranking for, their position, the search volume, which is extremely important. And then I can also, when I'm going up here to this market research thing, go in, looking at the semantic cluster, market analysis of it. So if I go in here, it will filter again, run the query. It'll take a little while. But you can see here, I go in and see how good they're ranking, whether there's any traffic, the percent of traffic that they're getting, whether the competitiveness is good or bad. So you're really pulling the pants off your competition here. So quite powerful. And if I'm going down to this section called questions, just to tick, I can't go through them all, but you'll see in a while it will populate the questions. So this is the how questions, the what's, the when, the where, the which, the who, the why. And if you look at that, you can see here good ideas for posts on your blog or on your GMB. So very powerful tool as well. I think that was actually that on the keyword side we went through, Tony.
Yes, I think it was. That's a really good summary. Actually, it's excellent. That digital marketers toolbox is a pretty mean tool, isn't it? I mean, it's something that we're starting to use. Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, we're definitely using it more and more in our business, and it's really giving us some major insights. Unfortunately, as we stand here today, I think the price went up yesterday, didn't it? Or is that right?
Yes, it went up on the 1st of April. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm afraid we're bringing you good news and bad news, but there you go. Anyway, let's move on. So then we glanced across hosting. I mean, I will ask you in a minute about hosting. I don't think there's a great deal to say about that. All I know is that I'm forever moving hosting. It's one of them things. I'm always on the search for the fastest for WP. The easiest for me to use, and so many different things. And I think everybody has their own unique take on hosting and what they actually want. So in a way, it's very difficult to recommend hosting per se because of everybody's unique needs. I still like the idea of cloud hosting. It can be expensive. There's lots of things that we're still sort of experimenting anyway. So I don't really want to do anything decisive just at this moment. I mean, obviously a lot of the stuff we use is with HostSage, the guys that we sort of mentioned before, and the links are down there. They offer some amazing sort of price deals and everything. But I am still out there a lot on the cloud. I mean, is there anything as far as hosting is concerned that you want to add, Henrik?
No, not other than with HostStage, we got a good package for VPSs. So if you need to host a tool like the Google My Business poster, the GMB ranking factory, then there's a few good deals there where you can get cheap VPSs, and it's quite good. That's our experience with the service. But yeah, we have a link in the chat in a while, where we will have link to all the products that we have gone through. If you should have any interest in looking at those. So bear with us there, and we'll populate it in a little while.
Yeah, I mean the guy at Host Stage is called Vincent. He's a great guy. I mean, he dives in and helps us quite a lot. I mean, he did a lot of. He actually helped us with when we was building out our sort of mega beast server, which has got loads of VPSs on it, all for different purposes and everything. He gives an amazing amount of help, and he does do that even for people that have got like $15 packages. But this server, I think the one that he actually spec'd it out specifically for the GMB mega poster tool, etc. It's like $15, so it's sort of at that sort of price. It's a no-brainer, really. But anyway, I'm not going to push too much on you today because I don't want this to be a pitch fest per se. So let's move on to the next bit. It's now getting that WordPress up and running, isn't it? We looked at we've got the keywords there, and we want to start getting the page up, out there, and ranking. And one of the tools that we really focus on, and this, I cannot hammer this home enough, I think this tool absolutely should be in any SEO professional's toolkit. It really should. I mean, it just really opens your eyes about SEO. It really helps you to understand ranking. And what is it? I mean, it's $2 per search. It's not that expensive. It's really not expensive. And that's the Page Optimizer Pro. We had Carl on the show. It was an amazing actual presentation, really good, really amazing guy. Henrik, what would you like to add about Page Optimizer Pro? Oh, I think we've lost Henrik, have we?
Sorry, no, you haven't. I just need to put focus on my screen here so we can have the tool up and running. So Page Optimizer Pro lets you have projects, and in each project you can have different pages that you want to run through the program. And let's think, I have one up here that I can just show. Or is it freezing? Screen. Okay. Here it comes. I have here, it says the score, how it's optimized is very low because that's a clouds page that I just took for a demo here. But if I go into view, it will go in and indicate in red the things that you should do. The green ones you can leave. So it says here the keyword in the main URL I don't have. I don't have it exact match in the title. I have not an exact match in the H1, etc., etc. So it gives you an idea how you can optimize your page that you're trying to rank. So it looks at the competition because you have to put in competition, and then you can get a good idea what you need to do in order to be on equal terms with the competition. And that's the major takeaway from this one. It's comparison or correlation with your competitors, because that's what we are trying to outrank.
Yeah, and there's also, you can also actually tick a little box that says that your page isn't ranking yet. So not only you can then compare a non-existent page, as it were, to 10 of your would-be competitors to give you a bit of a blueprint for actually building out your pages as well. So you can actually use it before you've created the page. And what it does is it gives you an overview of what the top 10 or the 10 competitors that you name anyway. It gives an overview of what you need to do to rank above them, which is, pretty important information, really. It's a goal. It is absolute gold. It really is. And it's a great starting point because it's not difficult, is it, Henrik? It's a spreadsheet, I believe, isn't it?
No. It's a form that's producing a result page in a web page, and you can then export the data out.
Right. Okay.
what you're talking about is this page that I'm showing now, Tony, is when you go up and have a blank page, you can actually tick off here, I haven't built this page yet. So when you do that, it will leave the URL blank, and then you can actually, if you like, also have a page where you paste in the HTML. So it compared to that one. So if you're looking at, for instance, a GMB series of posts, you can have a couple of paragraphs pasted into the Page Optimizer Pro, and then you can compare that to what your competition has in terms of articles on their website. So that's quite efficient tool.
And using that, the paste thing there, one of the other things we discussed at the time, wasn't it, was, if you built a post silo series for your GMB and you had it all in Notepad or whatever, you had it there ready to go, you could actually drop that into there, couldn't you, and actually create and actually do the correlation against against that. So you know then that even your GMB posts are actually really hitting those key targets.
Yeah.
So it's gold. It's absolutely golden. I really, honestly, I can't say enough that I really think that this should be in every SEO's toolkit, especially at the price. It's a no-brainer.
If you are an SEO or have a small agency, it's $30 per month for an unlimited, and you can actually use that to sell as a service to other web developers and help them, so you can provide value to web designers and actually get a relationship with those, and then in that way utilize that tool to earn some money.
Yeah. So there we go. So that's that. There is of course we were going to look at Cora, which is like this and the next step up from this, I would say. I think that's fair to say. There's something that actually digs in even deeper. Once you've got an understanding of what correlation is all about or how this tool works, and if you move on to you can go on to Cora, which is like, it digs in 10 times deeper into websites. But that's when you get in serious. We're not sort of, and it's a fairly serious price as well. So for now, try using POP, Page Optimizer Pro. It will help you. It will help you understand SEO, the ranking, and everything else, and signals. So I really do sort of suggest that. And it is a great tool for helping you rank. And we've done it. We have used it. I have used it, and it has helped me move a site from page 3 to page 1. Okay, it was for a long tail term, but it worked. It absolutely worked. So next, we moved on a little bit, didn't we? We looked around the ranking factors, and while we're talking around ranking factors, we did a couple of shows around entities and what was the other one? Hashtags, which was sort of a bit inconclusive, really, the hashtags, but nonetheless, entities are definitely where it's at the moment. I mean, yes, they've been around for a long time, but they're really sort of a buzz topic, shall we say, around SEO. And there we had the guys on from WordLift. I mean, there's a lot more to cover about this topic, but do you want to do a quick recap on the WordLift?
Yeah, I'm just going into the back end of our little website here and take a post, edit that post. And what I'm showing now is a post where it highlights some of the automatic detected entities it found in the post. And basically what you can do is that you can say, okay, here we have, for instance, the CommonSenSEO Show. It has already found a match over here. So if I'm clicking on the CommonSenSEO Show, it will underline that and put that into into our little knowledge graph that we're building up around this little post. It may not be the most exciting one I have chosen here, but let's say if I'm taking SEO as a link as well, and I go in and I go and edit that, here you can see how SEO has been defined in the LOD database, which is actually a wiki type of database created by University of, I think, Dublin and a few other universities, which you're actually linking to. And what else in the tool? You can build up your own entities. So if I want to define, let's say, blah, blah, blah.
Well, in fact, the CommonSenSEO Show was one of our own entities, indeed.
Yeah, but it's already defined in there.
Oh, that's what you mean. So, sorry.
Yeah, so I think so. It should be. So I'll update this one. CommonSenSEO Show. I'm going in here. It says here already it's the weekly show, but if it wasn't defined in here, I'll highlight it here. I will go up and add it over here. I'll put in the description, and instead of update, it will say create, and then I've actually defined the CommonSenSEO Show in the same database. And what does that actually mean for you? If I'm hitting this test Google rich snippet, you'll see for this post, it has generated the schema around the post. So it comes down here. I have one little error in the article because I'm missing presumably an image, but you can see all the definition it has down there. Yes, that's the image that I need to put in for the CommonSenSEO Show. But what it does, it does create the schema. And if I'm clicking this view link data, then I'm actually going to the knowledge panel that I have been creating here. So it's a super, super efficient tool.
Yeah. And I think I was talking to some people in a chat group the other day, and they didn't realize that you could define, said, oh yeah, I tried that a couple of years ago, but it didn't really come up with many options. And it's because they didn't know that it had this power behind it, that you just literally plug it in, turn it on, and then walk away and go, well, okay, what happens next? But of course, we lift the covers, and there's just an amazing power there, isn't there, for actually strengthening your brand. Most definitely. Yeah. Is that one wrapped up, Henrik? Is that?
I think we could use hours in here for this one, but let's move on.
Yeah, well, we're sort of coming towards the end, actually, really, because we've nearly done the half an hour. We always try and keep it to half an hour when there's just the two of us, and we are getting there now. I'm going to go back to Henrik in a minute as well, but one of the things that we're trying to do moving forward, there's some of the things we're going to be looking at through April anyway. We're going to dig more into this entity model, into schema a bit deeper, and into the key ranking factors. So looking at things like speed, your page speed around the WordPress. That's something that I've been really digging into over the last few weeks myself, really trying to optimize how to optimize WordPress the easiest way, in a way that we all understand without sort of breaking open, coding and so forth. Yeah. So we're really trying to sort of make it as easy as possible, make it as effective as possible, help you rank, looking at user experience and all the things that Google sort of claim, or not Google, but people are claiming Google are using as ranking factors. So we want to start looking a bit more into them, because now theoretically you've got your website build, you've done your on-page SEO. So now we want to start climbing up those SERPs and getting you nearer to the top of Google. So that's what we've got coming forward in April. There's some other surprises. What would you like to add to that, Henrik?
Well, there's not much to add. You simply need to have a process that, okay, we start here, we go here, And then it's just a question of refining and push. And I think that the problem is that you are in competition with other SEOs, and if they're doing their job, you will need to do your job, because it's an ongoing competition for the 10 spots on page number 1 or in the 3-pack.
Absolutely. So there we go. That was a quick recap. Is there any questions actually there, Henry? Just before we dive off, I mean, it'd be a bit rude of us to ignore everybody that we've been talking to.
Not really today. So
no, I mean, we're just covering old ground, really, aren't we? So we just wanted to bring that all back together, because, you know, we wanted to sort of put it into the perspective of, you know, there is method in our madness. We are taking you along a journey. We hope you're benefiting from that journey, and I know for certain that we are getting some good feedback from various different places, from all sorts of surprise corners, and it's really great. So as long as we're bringing information to you that's useful, that's what we care about. We, you know, like I say, we've got some amazing things to come up, and we are, well, I think what we'll do is we'll talk about the other sides of the business next week, some of the other things that we're going to be bringing to the table, because I think that now we're into spring, we've got some exciting changes ahead, and I think you're all going to be really blown away, and we look forward to bringing something new to you moving forward. And that's me, really. Henrik, would you like to just sum up? And
there's actually not much to say. That's otherwise that if you're listening to this show today and you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. Leave comments in the comment section below, and we normally go in and watch them and answer any questions that you might have in there. So that's all from now, and have a nice day.
See you next week. Yeah.